Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com and I am really excited you guys are here with me today. Guess what I got yesterday? I got yesterday my July paper pumpkin kit and I am super excited about it. And of course what we're going to be working today on is our first project for this kit. You guys know that I always do alternatives. The cards that are included with the kit are really cute, so you may want to check them out and make your decision of what you want to do or which ones you prefer to make, right? But I love alternatives. I love to get that creativity, those creativity juices out, and so hopefully you like what we're going to be working today. I just want to say super quick that these past couple of weeks have been a really on the crazy side. We have family in town. There's been other issues, and so my YouTube channel has been on the wonky side, right? I was not able to do my live yesterday, Tuesday, which is yesterday, but I was not able to do that, and then I had a pre-recorded video for a card I made a while ago, and it was so funny. I uploaded it, didn't think much about it, and guess what? It didn't upload all the way. There was a glitch in the video, and so I had to spend part of today's day trying to fixing what was going on, and I am no techie here, so it took me a little bit to get there. The video is up and running if you want to check it. It's a really cute card. It uses the Yeti to Party stamp set and the real reindeers, and it's just a checkered card, but I think it's really cute. So going back to our paper pumpkin kit, if you don't know what paper pumpkin kit is, it is a monthly subscription by Stampin' Up, where for $23.50 you get, including shipping. I always have to mention that because shipping can be really expensive, or can put some extra into your into the order, but this includes that shipping, and it will include everything you need to make whatever projects are included in the box. This is the box, and I always show it to you, and probably you guys are bored, but I always do in case somebody doesn't know what it is. And again, it includes everything you need. Now, the other piece I want to let you guys know is that I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and as that I can send you a complimentary catalog. If you are interested, just send me an email to maria@mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will gladly send you any of the catalogs we have. At this point in time, we have 3 catalogs. We have our celebration catalog. Ting ting. It's free stuff, and I love it. They have beautiful things in them. We also have our new mini catalog, which has a lot of holiday stuff, but some other things that are not holiday related. And of course, we have our annual catalog that was launched recently. So if you want one, just send me an email and I will gladly send one to you. And let's get to the crafting table. Hopefully I can do this right. There were some changes today. I don't know why my app was a little wonky too, because it had to happen. So here is the kit. I have to say I opened it, of course, because first of all, I always struggle opening the bag it comes with for whatever reason, and so I didn't want to spend time here trying to open the bag. But this is what it comes with. I am going to put this out and remove the bag so it's not in our way, of course. And it comes with, so let's start with the basics. This gorgeous kit is what it's all this kit, and I really suggest you guys to subscribe. Really do subscribe. This is beautiful. We don't know exactly what's in the kit ever, but we know for sure that this one has 2 ink spots instead of the regular one, and the stamp set is what we call oh goodness, I'm reading because I forgot the name of it, but whatever. It's got those stamps where you double stamping, Oh, I forget. But it has two ink spots, so you can work with creating, the shades in the sunflower. So that is awesome, and it also brings another free. I think it's like a free mesh, like a bee, a hive. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, go ahead and subscribe to it. I will be linking below. So you can go directly to Paper Pumpkin Kit and subscribe there. It is worth it. You have until August 10th to get subscribed to it, okay? So don't forget that one. On the back, you have a promotion of celebration, which again is just free product. You can get free product for either your $50 purchase or your $100 purchase. Really, really nice products we have this year, and you can have a little peeking here. We have some hippos. We have the dies for the hippos, some beautiful paper, and other amazing stamp sets. They are really gorgeous. So again, be mindful if you can subscribe, or what we call prepaid Paper Pumpkin Kit, and if you prepaid I think 3 of them, you will have a $50 gift. Sorry, I kind of got stuck in my brain. And if you do, I don't know, 7, then you'll have a whole $100. So you already have your Paper Pumpkin Kit paid, and you will get some of these goodies. Anyways, stuff to have in mind. The other thing that I want to show you, and hopefully, it's here. So this is the kit itself. These are the cards that you can make with the kit. And I want to show you that the Paper Pumpkin Kit always brings instructions. They are pretty self-explanatory. They're gorgeous with that. The pictures are very clear, and I love that how easy it is to follow them. And it has instructions for all the cards. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to show you is that in the back of the instructions, and going back a little bit, I have mentioned this before, Stampin' Up! Is award-winning when it comes to color combinations, right? So, and color coordination, sorry. And so this kit coordinates with the following Stampin' Up! Colors, which is Balmy Blue, Basic Gray, Bermuda Bay, Fresh Freesia, Pacific Point, and Poppy Parade. And of course, there is a variety of products within our catalogs that kind of will work really well with these sea theme. This kit is called Sending Good Thoughts, and really it's gorgeous. So let's go ahead and check what the kit brings. I have mentioned this, it brings everything. Your first Paper Pumpkin Kit will bring a acrylic block that you can use. I will be using mine. And that leads me to another comment, and it is, I strive to make the Paper Pumpkin alternatives with only what's in the kit. I try very, very hard to do that, just because I know that you may not have a big variety of Stampin' Up! Products or whatnot, but if you have what's in the kit, then you have what you need, right? The only thing I usually bring in are my own tools, so my trimmer and scissors and my take your pick, and I have mentioned that take your pick, this bone folder, and the trimmer are probably my 2 most used tools here in my crafting room. And so I really recommend that if you don't have these, do get them. They are sold in my online shop, so go ahead and get them. They are really good. The 3 combined will get you a reward from me, because I have a very, very good rewards program. So if you want to learn more about it, go to mariascraftingcorner.com, and at the top you'll see the rewards area, and go and check them out. So important things to know. this one brings an ink spot, and this is what we call an ink spot, and is actually called stamping spot, but I just say ink spot, and it's in Bermuda Bay color. I save this all the time because I use them for many other things and occasions. Usually when my nieces are here, I can play with them. I'm just making sure I got the right color. I play with them, and I can use it when I have in-person classes. So I save them for that. They are very useful for that. I will use my big ink pad here, and the only extra thing I'm going to use is a piece of white cardstock. This is the thick cardstock. It felt thicker than needed. I don't know if it's dirty. No, it's not dirty. So this is the only extra thing I'm going to use. Now, if you are already a Stampin' Up fan and have tons of other cardstock, then go ahead and change the project to whatever it fits you. I'm just sticking to this one so we have, we are mindful of other people that may not have all those colors. The kit brings 9 envelopes, and I'm going to put them aside. I don't think I'm going to be using them. Since I only use what's in the kit, sometimes I tend to use the envelopes almost as designer series paper. For this project, I don't think I'm going to, but I'm going to put them there aside so they're not on my way. It brings some glue dots and some twine. This is the stamp set, and let me put this here. It brings a beautiful roll. It brings some sea stars, nice sentiments, a little boat, some bubbles. Again, beautiful sentiments, and the typical right? Thinking of you, can't wait to see you, wishing you all the best. And I can't read that. Sending good thoughts. Okay, so each paper pumpkin kit brings a unique stamp set that you will not find anywhere. And so again, think about this. For $23.50, you are really building your collection of stamps, your inks. You'll have a variety, a plethora of things to play with. Let me move those out of the way and take this out here. It always brings an adhesive. It can be some tear tape. This one brings dimensionals and the glue dots. I will probably use my own dimensionals. Let me show you. I have an open, here, an open one here. And so I'm just going to save this one for later. I have a good stash of paper pumpkin kit dimensionals. And hey, what that means too is that because I have these here, you're able to also kind of grow your own stash of other products, right? It brings 3 different small card fronts, I want to say. So this one is in fresh freesia, and they are all in dry embossed. I don't know if you can see. Okay, let me see there. You can see this one has like waves on it. This one is, I would swear to God, this is probably Pacific Point, and it has, beautiful clouds and kind of the sea. And then this one is in Coastal Cabana and probably lighter. Looks like a pool party base. And it just has those strips. They're beautiful. And these are, and again, every paper pumpkin kit brings its own cutouts. So the whole thing here is based, I think the whole theme is based on the bottles, right? Since I've had this, I cannot take that song from, oh my God, I forget their band name. It will come to me here in a minute. But you remember that song's A Message in a Bottle. Anyways, yeah, it's stuck in my brain. So it has 3 sizes. It has this little flag there for sentiments. It brings 3 of them. So 1 for each card. it brings us, variety of cutouts to play with sentiments and place your sentiments. And it brings a lot of these super fun cutouts to play with. And I think that Stampin' Up! Has realized that there's a lot of us that like alternatives. And so they're putting a lot extra, a lot more than what you really need for your cards. So, and these are all the same, but so it brings little seahorse, some of the birds. I really like this one. So super cool. And these are the card bases, which are only in the regular, just one color. And that's Fresh Freesia, which is, by the way, one of my favorite colors. This is Basic Grain and Coastal Cabana. Okay. So that's everything that the kit brings. We are going to move these a tiny bit there. I am going to remove these two things here, putting that away. Actually, I'm throwing this away because I don't need it, right? Anyways, what are we going to be working today? I have done once with another paper pumpkin kit, one of those boxes, and I don't know how people call them really. Box card, I guess. I don't know. I am going to make a little bit of a variation for this one because I want to be able to put one of the boxes in, one of the bottles, not boxes, inside the box, and it needs to be a little wider than the regular one, at least at the one that I made previously. And it's not going to be, so the most of the boxes I've seen, they are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, so the size are the same measurement. In my case, what I want is they're going to be a little bit different, so I can make it a little wider. Is the right word, I hope. And to do that, of course, we're going to grab our white piece of cardstock. This piece of cardstock is on thick cardstock, and I am doing that because of course the card is going to have a lot of movement, and I want it to be resistant to that movement. And my variation starts here. So what we're going to do is we are going to align the 8.5 side at the 5.5 inch mark, and we are going to cut that. So we're going to have that, which obviously we're going to use at some point in life. And then the other thing is we are going to go and open the arm in this trimmer that I love, and you guys know I love. And we are going to cut at 10.5. Okay. So that is our measurement. So 10.5 by 5.5. Now we are going to make the following scores. Wrong way. On the long side, we're going to score at 2 and do push here because this is thick cardstock, so we really need to put some strength into that score. We're going to go and score at 5. And again, good, strong score. Go at 7. Score, and finally, not finally, just kidding, go to 10. Oh yeah, finally 10. And we need these because this is going to be our flap to put the card together, the box together. Now align on the shorter side, and we're going to align at 2 3/4, which is the half of the side, which also means that if you, for whatever reason, want to do this a little bigger, you can do it at 2 1/2 instead, and then instead of being cut a half, it will be cut a little bit higher. It all depends. It's up to you, whatever you want. I am going to stick with the half just because I already have my measurements with that calculated, so I don't want to go ahead and get too excited here. Okay, and as you can tell, I did put some strength in that score. What's the next step? The next step is we're going to cut these we're going to cut from the edge to this score line. So we're going to go ahead again and align it 2, and we're going to move our cutting blade and cut all the way to that score line. And like I always say, be careful. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to close this because we don't know we're going to need it. Just kidding. Maria. We are going to go ahead now and align at 5. And like what I was saying, sorry, before I interrupted myself, is I always say, if you're not sure it's on the right spot, don't cut all the way, because you can always cut a little bit more, but you cannot glue it back, right? Once it's cut, it's cut. So go back again. That's 1. Let's go to 7 now, which is the next score line, and cut again. Why do I love this trimmer so much? You can tell in here that these blades, and I have one here to show you, not that one because that's the one. These blades that go like this, they have little lines here that will tell you if you are on top of the point you need, or the mark that you need. And now we're going to go to 10, and there goes 10. Align well and cut. Okay, I think I don't need my trimmer anymore. Let's go. Now we are going to bring this, and we are going to cut this side because we're not going to use it. Whenever I use the scissors, I always feel it's dangerous, but can you do, huh? Because part of paper crafting includes having scissors, so whatever. And now we're going to we're going to fold this and really use our bone folder to really get those crisp folds, okay? So this card is going to go, we're going to fold like this. So we're really building a box, right? So those are our folds. Let's go ahead and use our bone folder to crisp. Go another one. The next one. Okay. And this one, which is our, which is our little flap to put it all together. We are going to do the same in here, and I'm going to go one by one. Just feels safer that way. We're just telling the paper where we want it to really go, right? So there we go. Okay, so that is our card. This card is going to look like this. See what I was saying? So these two sides are a little bit wider and this a little shorter, but it just, I think it gives us enough space to put one of the bottles. I'm not sure which one, but we're going to use one of them for sure. I think that one will look fun with the boat, right? Okay, let's look into this. So I am going to decorate this before we put it together. It's just much easier. And we are going to decorate these panels. These are going to go, so once it closes, you're going to see the white panel, and we can put something here just to make it cute, but really the more visible part is going to be when the card opens, and it's going to be looking like so. So we are going to focus on decorating these sides and these sides. These sides is going to be the inside of the card. We're not going to see it. We're going to need a couple of flaps that we can probably do right now. See, I was lying. We did need this again. And so this side is 3, right? So I am thinking we'll do with 4. And I know it's a little bit exaggerated, but I have found out, like I've said before, that it's much easier to cut extra than when if you've cut too much, then it's done, right? And I am thinking I want an 1.25 inches. Let's do that. That seems too thick. So let's go with 1 inch. And let's put this back out here and cut this one too at 1 inch. So we have 2 flaps that we are going to use in order to get that there. So this is 3 and this is 4. That means that we can, oops, sorry, I'm trying to sneeze and it's just not coming. That we are going to score these at 1/2 inch, okay? And I think that that's a, whoa, that went off. So we're going to score it 1/2 inch, turn it again, and score a 1/2 inch. And again, I know I say this about this trimmer very often, and I probably sound like a broken record, but definitely, I think that this is one of the best things ever. This trimmer having, you know, the measurements on this side, but also on this side. It just helps enormously. And so we have our little flaps that we will go there, and we're going to do the same here. So back to 1/2 inch and go back and 1/2 inch. Because why is this easier doing it this way? It is because that way we have the ability to hold our paper with our hand here. Okay. Let me move our trimmer back out. We're going to take care of these pieces first, real quick. Okay, here's mine. I was looking for it and it was right there. I'm going to bring my blending brush. If you have blending brushes, great. You don't need to do this. I just want to put a little extra. You can absolutely use, though, a sponge dauber, sorry I forgot the name, or some of the colored paper cardstock that we have in the kit. I'm just going to use this because it's just simpler, okay? And I know I've said this before, when you are using blending brushes, try to soften the color on your grid paper, and that's why we love our grid paper. And all I'm doing again is just setting some color. And Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay is, am I using the right one? I keep thinking about that. Yes, Jesus in heavens, Maria. It's a strong color. It's a strong blue. I love this color. So there we go. Just like that, we have some color in a little flap, so they're not just plain white. And you can even do the same with this area if you wanted to give it some color. It's not a bad idea, especially at the top. See how strong that is? So it kind of has some fun, right? Some fun into it. Of course, you can do it all the way down, but mostly at the top. So now we just decorated the inside of the card, and it's going to look like that instead of just plain white. Let's put our ink away because we all know I'm disastrous when it comes to that. I'm putting that away as well. So we are going to decorate this. And for this one, I want to use these ones. So we are going to put in, actually, let me go back up here. I'm trying to decide. Same as always, you guys know that I always do this process more on the go. Like, I think of the basics, but the decorating of it, no, I do not. So what's the word? Be nice. I don't know. Let's be mindful of that. I am thinking I want these for here, and I'll show you why, because we'll be using maybe some of these, and so I think this will look really nice in here. They really will pop up. And then we're going to use the gray, the basic gray. I'm getting that one in here as the back, and we're going to use this one on top. I think I like that idea. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. We need two same pieces, right? So this piece is going to be 1 7/8 by 2 5/8, and of course I have my cheat sheet there. And this one is going to be 2 7/8 by 2 5/8. And so we said we wanted this one here, so I am going to bring our trimmer back again, cut this in half, save that on there, and then we're going to go with 2 7/8. Sorry, making some mathing here. I know it's not my strength, but let's do the 2 7/8. So 2 7/8. Oh wait. Okay, 2 5/8. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry about that. And this is why, because both pieces are 2 5/8. So I know for sure that I most likely will get both of the pieces that I need. So 2 5/8, yes, and then one is 1 7/8. So we'll go back here, 1 7/8. And what I'm going to do before I go any further, I always kind of bring it back here to see if it fits, and it does. So we have 1, and we're going to move these 1 to 1 7/8 again, and cut it. Okay, so we have those two pieces, and now we are going to bring this back out here. We know this already is the one of the measurements we need, the 2 5/8, right? Am I making that wrong? That one was. So we need 2 5/8, we said, right? So 2, let's see, 2 1/2, 2 5/8. Looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the time I do. Okay, 2 5/8, and now then this new measurement is 2 7/8, and this is going to go up here, and then we're going to have to cut. This is going to be an extra piece. We're going to have to cut another piece of that, so we'll go back to 2 7/8. Yeah, it's 2 5/8, and I'm calculating here just so I don't waste a whole lot of the cardstock. I'm going to turn it around and go to 2 5/8. Okay, so we have now our first layer. Let me put this aside here. We're going to bring this other layer. And I want these stripes to go horizontal and not vertical. Although now that I think about it, maybe vertical is better. Let's do vertical. Let's see what happens. It doesn't matter either way, but to me it doesn't matter in this one. If you want it specifically, then be mindful when you're cutting, so you're cutting the right direction, right? I am not really concerned as to which I want in here. We're going to go to 2 5/8 again, and we're going to cut in here, and then we're going, oh no, not 2 5/8, I should not cut. It's 2 3/4. So 2 1/2, not 2 3/4. What am I saying, Maria? Well, at least I was putting in the right place. 2 1/2, and we're going to cut this one at 1 7/8, so 1 3/4. And I am actually going to do this. So this is, as you guys can tell, this is 4. Seems like 4 and almost 4. So I'm going to cut these in half, and I'll explain why. Yeah, I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm cutting it in half because, as you can tell, this has that, like, how would you call it? The colors are fading in here, and so I want to be this as similar as possible. So instead of cutting on this side, I'm going to cut on this side. And we said it's 1 3/4, right? So now If I would have cut in here, there would be much more of a difference. Now we have this closer to the edge, and I like it better. And we're going to do the exact same here. We're going to place it at 1 3/4 and cut it. Okay, so we now have hopefully what looks like 2 exact same pieces. That's very good when you have that. And we're going to do the same thing here now, because now I chose a side, right? This is going to go like this. And so we need to make these one here vertical too. I mean horizontal too. So that means that we did 2 7/8. This is 2 3/4 then. Yes, this is the one. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So I am going to, let's see, this we said was 4, right? So, and we need 2 3/4. I am going to cut 1/2 inch on each side. So have one here and go back here, 1/2 inch here. And we're just going to go decreasing, so I have more or less the exact same pattern on each side. So we are at 3, and we need to go still a whole 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut, so 2 3/4 will be here. So I'm going to cut 1/8 on this side and 1/8 on the other side. And if you're not good at math like I am not, then just do it little by little. Right? And we're going to cut now 1/8 on this side. Let me bring here. Make sure I'm not cutting extra. Okay, I am right. So 1/8 on this side. There you go. Perfect. And now that fits well. Now I am going to cut on this side. Obviously we have to cut still the on this edge, and this is supposed to be 2 5/8, 2 1/2. So we'll do 2, 2 1/2. So it's about we had about 1/8 extra. But I'm cutting it on that way because this one is already, you know, kind of on the blue, so I like that one better. Okay, so a lot of cutting. We have part of our pieces. Let me bring the last one, and I want to be mindful of how I cut this one. This is the side. This needs to be 2 1/2. We already know what we're going to be using, so I thought I cut 2 of them and I almost cried, but it's not. So this is the same cut we did before. So before we did 1 inch and 1 in, I mean 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, right? So we know now that we can actually make a little bit more. So instead, so 5/8 would be the right cut. I hope, guys, wish me luck. Again, I'm not a mathematician, but I think that will work. So we're going to cut 5/8 there and turn it around and cut 5/8. There's the 1/2, there's the 5/8. Okay. And now we have, whoops, that got stuck there. The same, whoops, the same one here. We are going, so I was cutting 2 of them. Oh, how sad is that? Well, I guess now I know that my next alternative will have to include pieces of these, not the whole thing. And this one fits. So let's go ahead and start decorating these. So be mindful that this is going to close like this. So we want to put some decorations here, although not a whole lot of them, but some of it. Let's start with adhering our pieces. And I am using our Stampin' Seal Plus. I love our Stampin' Seal Plus. I know you guys know it. It's really strong, really useful. It really does not fail, and that's very important to me. I really want, okay, this one did not, oops. not the other side, so we're gonna have to be very careful here. Let me see one thing. Oh, seems like it could use a tiny bit more, and we are going to cut it anyways. So it's more like a 17th. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. It's a sliver really, but it's needed. Otherwise it looks uncentered. We're going to try to fix that one here in a minute or two. Oh, maybe with the decoration. Ha. Okay, so we have one there. We have that little thingy. I'm thinking how to fix it. And we can start putting the panels. So if you notice, this is what I do. It helps me a lot. And it's, I put the Stampin' Seal Plus just on the side, on these two sides, and leave these without adhesive. Our Stampin' Seal Plus is so good, it doesn't affect it, like it won't fall off, and it gives me then some leeway here to put my finger so it doesn't get stuck, whatever. And we're going to do this now. What I want to do this way, because this flap is going to look further here, and so I am thinking that we are going to put something here for decoration, but that will be less noticeable, right? Go ahead with this one. We're going to make sure that we have a little bit more of that, you know, that is cut well. I don't know, probably I miscalculated. That does not surprise me. And here we go. And we're going to get this panel together. Oops. Let's see. I really like the combination of the Coastal Cabana and the basic gray. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a really useful combination. And we're going to move to these two here, doing the exact same thing and fitting them over. And the next one. Okay, I hope my big head is not in front of your camera view. I forget sometimes to be mindful about that. Now there is a special, I don't have the name of it, but one of our bundles in this new catalog actually brings a punch that creates that bottle, not that specifically, but a bottle, and I think that will work wonderfully. And actually there are I think domes, you know, the shaker domes that Stampin' Up does, which by the way I think is one of them, is most of their most brilliant, I don't think that's the right word, but it's one of those ideas that is absolutely brilliant, right? Those shaker domes make it so much easier to create shaker cards. I absolutely love that idea. Okay, so we have our card here, right? We have some color inside using the same color, and we are going to build this part now. And it's the same, funny enough, the same measurements, so that will make it a little bit easier. And let's go ahead and bring, you know, I am thinking now I may want to bring this one instead of that one. Let's see what we want. Looking at the time, this is getting a little longer than I expected. I really need to start talking. Okay, let's go ahead and, no, I don't need to trim that. Trim this here. This is going to be our decorating one. I may put extra flaps on the other ones, but not on all of them. And this is why, because some of it will look good with that dark Bermuda Bay color, but I don't think all of it will look as good, and so we are just going to be mindful about that. And what I am going to do is I'm going to use, so this one is going to be the big one, and that we said was 2 and I'm thinking, yeah, it's fine. 2 7/8. So let's go to 2 7/8, and then we'll cut at 2 5/8. So we got one, and need 2 7/8. That is a little smaller. So we'll go 2 5/8 here. 5/8, not 3/8, Maria. We'll cut that, and then we'll move to 2 7/8. Okay, so we have those two pieces. I don't know if you noticed, but this one is a little bit dirty, and it's fine. We'll just put part of what we want to put in there. And let's go ahead and glue this, or adhere this, since this is not technically glue. Extend your cardstock. It's probably the easiest way to put your paper in. I really believe that. That one is a little bit off, I think. Let's see. And we're going to do the same here. And there we go. Okay, so in this one, we are going, so this is going to go like this. I'm going to put our friend here, like that, most likely. Let's bring the stamps here for a second and see what we can use. These are technically bubbles. I am thinking I may want to put something just to bring some color and attraction in here. So we're going to open our thingy. We're going to bring the bubbles and my blocks. I told you guys that I will use this one instead of the paper pumpkin ones. And I am going to try it here to make sure it's all okay. And I am going to, of course, kind of create some fun there. And I'm being mindful to stay within here, and all I want is that to be there enough so there's some interest behind the bird. And these may be a big bird. They have other birds here. Let me see. I may use this one instead. Yep. So we have our little bird here, and we actually have 2 flying birds, and I think we're going to use both of them. So one there and one here. Kind of looks like clouds. I'm making that up. I'm going to bring my glue and get that going right away. So one will go here and the other one on the other corner. Okay, there we go. So that's our first flop. Now, what are we going to put here? And I think that I am going to include our big bird in here. It just makes sense, right? Kind of. Just to keep with the bird theme. And we're just going to put it there. Now, let's get back to our, where did I put it? Here's the other piece of cardstock that we're going to use, and this is the actual card base. We're going to cut it in half, and I think it's just easier for me to cut it in half. You don't have to. We're going to go ahead and align these at, we said 2 5/8. So back there. And we are going to get these at 1 7/8. So 1 7/8 for one. and 1/7/8 the other one. I think the reasons why the paper pumpkin videos are a little bit longer, it's just because I never cut pieces beforehand, and I don't do that because I'm trying to show you what I have, and yeah, that may be part of it. Anyways, I'm gonna bring another piece of white cardstock since I don't seem to have any leftovers. Oh, I found the leftover, just kidding. And so we said one, so this is 1 3/4, and it will be 2 1/2. Okay, and I want this white one because I am going to put a sentiment in one of them, and I'm going to stamp, I think, the little roll in the other one. So 1 3/4. Okay, and 1 1/2. Not 1 1/2. 2 1/2. What am I thinking? But that looks really small. Okay, so we got these two. I'm gonna bring, so I'm gonna wash this a tiny bit in my chamois there, put it out there so it's not, it doesn't get lost. We're gonna bring, these is the roll I'm talking about, and so back with our brush, I'm gonna bring our stamping pad. I just got dirty there. Always get dirty. I don't know how that happens. Do kind of the same thing, but we're gonna do it in the middle, kind of where that rolled paper is going to be at. So we have a little bit of background. And just as I did before, I always try our polymer, the polymer stamps when they're brand new. I think there is like a little chemical on them just to protect them, and so sometimes they don't stamp as well as. And so what I do all the time is I just stamp a couple times to get rid of that. If I notice that there's some issues going on, I think we're good now. So, and I'm going to put this a little bit crooked, and there you go. We have one. Now back to the chamois that gets cleaned up, and we're going to look at the sentiment we want in here. And I think I like wishing you all the best a lot. A, and B, it's going to fit. I hope it fits. And we're going to do the same thing, kind of just all over. Go for this, try in here, see how that works. It works well. You guys know that I can't do anything straight, so like I said before, I never fight it. I just go crooked, and that saves me a lot of headaches. Unless it's really needed for it to be straight, or really want it to be straight, then fine, I'll give my best shot. But if I can save myself some time that way, I will. So we're gonna layer this now. Whoops, and I'm taking that off because this can be really strong, and we don't want it to get stuck to anything else. We got one panel, and here's our next panel. Okay. Okay, so again, just be mindful that these has a side, right, like a direction. So these need to go a little bit backwards, so be mindful of that. I'm going to put that one there. Got one, and let me bring the other one. And that will go there. Okay, so we have the outside decorated, and that's how it's going to look, right? And then we can still put some messages in here if we wanted to. Now it's time to adhere this, because whatever we're going to do next is going to go, so this is going to be opening like this. Okay, we could have just kept one of these up, put like something to keep it up here, and making it that way. I didn't want to do that with this one. In the end, you can put some like a another piece of white paper here so you can write the sentiment. I mean, not write, like write inside your card. We are going to now, let me see, I'm going to bring our double-sided tape because I really like it. And let me make sure I'm folding this the right way. Now that is confusing. I'm going to put 2 of these pieces. So what I do first, I take one, take the double-sided tape, and then put one on top just to help have more strength. The double-sided tape is really, really strong as well. One of the reasons why I love it. And so we just get it there well stuck and take this off, take the backing off. Okay, now we're going to glue this. The easiest way to put it is just fold this side, and just like that, magic happens. So we have our little card like that, right? Now we are going to glue these, and we are going to use, not glue, I'm going to use our double-sided tape again, sorry. And one of the reasons I dislike the double-sided tape is because it takes some time to take the backing off. And so when you are like right now, I am a little in the hurried, because it's getting, you know, to be a longer video, taking the backing is kind of like, hello Maria. And we are going to do the exact same thing here, but we're just going to do one and then the other one. Okay, bear with me, it's almost finished. This is a great, more masculine card. I like that. So I am going to put this one here, and I'm just going to calculate like this where it goes. I'm going to hold these, at least one of them, really, really well. So we have a little bit of leeway. I'm going to put these in a line here with this side. And now that one is done, then you can put the other one, right? And just go straight and it'll be right there. Okay, so that one is closer there, and let's bring the other one. It's closer to the edge, which is fine. You can put it further away if you want. Let's see, I think it's a little bit there. It was a little bit crooked there. Now, if you, like Stampin' Up doesn't have it, but if you have tear and tape that is just 1/2 inch, then that of course is easier because you save yourself a couple steps. I really like our tear and tape no matter what, so it's really strong. It's really good quality. I have, of course, I have had before Stampin' Up used other tapes, and I have found out that really, really this tear and tape is wonderful. Okay, doing the same thing. We're going to hold one, right? So it doesn't stick. And we have some flexibility there. So holding that one there, putting it there, and getting it here. And we press that. I like to use my bone folder for that, kind of to really strengthen those. And this one, it's good. Okay, so that is our card. So let's bring our bottle. This one is going to go like here, and it's going to have the boat. The boat fits in there perfectly. That's why it even has like that. And we are going to use, let's see if it fits in here. We need a little bigger one. Okay, here it is. We're going to do the exact same thing. I know I start putting everything so close to me that it's almost impossible to work. But let's go ahead and stamp and make sure that this stamp is working perfectly. Okay, we got it. And now we're going to put our boat right about there, I think. And there's our beautiful boat. Putting the stamp in the chamois. We're going to glue it here. So what that means, oh, you know what, I didn't think of. Okay, that works. Phew. Because these will close. So we need to put the glue in this side. Now we are going to use glue, I mean. So this one can take a little bit more, and we're just going to make a little line there. The rest does not have glue because it's going to be kind of on there. So put it back up and glue in there. And like I said, once it closes, it all fits perfectly there, right? So there's our first one. And I want to put on the other side. Let me see. Where is the other one? No. I was thinking of something else, but I don't like that idea. So let's, I don't think any of these more like inside the sea work. So I'm going to bring another one of our birdies here, and you know what, I actually well, should have thought of this beforehand. I would have liked this one to go on the back instead, but that is fine. It's going to go on the front, and we're just going to put a little bit of here, and a little bit of glue there, like that. So it's going to look like that. It's going to fit in a A2 folder, so regular folder. If you want to put something else in here, you're more than welcome to. I just don't feel like you can put probably one of these stars just to make some fun of it. Let's go ahead and do that. So one there and one on the other side. Yeah. Okay. And that's our card. Man, I'm running crazy. So that's our cute card. I think it looks really, really cute. So when you open it, it will look like this. And when it's closed, it will look like this. What do you guys think? Oh, I like it. I like it. If I have thought about it a little bit more, I would have put this one in the back and up high with maybe some acetate. I don't have acetate right here. Well, I do, but I wouldn't like to use it. But you could use some of the backings of our stamps or any stamps. You could use that because all you need is a sliver to keep the bird high up if you want. But this way works too. And I like it as well. Okay, so this one says, wishing you all the best. Like I said, you can put another piece of white paper here and like write. That will be your writing area. I'm just going to leave it as is, and when I have somebody to give this away, then it will be you know, kept that way. Now the other thing is you could just have kept this in one standing panel like this, and then you'll just turn the bird back up here if you want it. I'm not going to do that. I'm tempted, but I am not going to do that. I just want it to open all the way. So it's more like an explosion box. Okay, friends, I really hope you like the video and like the card. I will have the instructions linked below, probably tomorrow, to be honest. It's getting a little late on my end. I really like these box cards, and for once, even without thinking, I made a more male type of card because it's pretty, you know, well, yeah, it has less color. Like I always make all this explosion of color stuff, and I think that's not very male. Maybe somebody will like it, but I don't think so. So it's a perfect mail card. I left my email there. If you have any concerns or doubts, or you want to just touch base with me, Maria at Maria's Crafting Corner. And that's my host code for July. If you are interested in the card classes, or just go to my website, mariascraftingcorner.com, and check all the rewards and everything you can get with the host code. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You guys know how much it helps us here in YouTube. And let me kind of go back in here. Much better. Hello, back again. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all your support, and I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.